guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here with my May favorites for 2018, and if you guys want to see what those favorites were, then keep on watching. General capsule of the month of May. It could be described as nothing short of helter skelter. I made mention of this in my workout split, I made mention of it in my goal digger, I made mention basically everywhere besides like plastered on social media that I was involved in a car accident, and it seemed like as if the entire month was wrapped around that, where it was either, you know, trying to get the car fixed or trying to get the insurance claims taken care of or whatever sort of protocol you have to go through when it comes to the accident. I felt like the whole month just really got away from me. I had a lot of time because I wasn't going to the gym and because like I was trying to spend more time with family and friends and just really kind of hunker down. It gave me a lot of time to test out some new products, which I did discover some favorites this month. So the first item that I discovered this month that was a favorite was actually introduced to me in my Sephora play, and this month's Sephora play, when I made the video, I kind of like regret not reading that playbook because it was supposed to be products that were cult favorites or like why they were your favorites and why they're #1 ranked on Sephora.com or like things of that nature. I discovered a new favorite product. It was a mascara from Buxom, and it was just their Lash mascara. I'm not wearing it today, but this has been my #1 go-to recent when it comes to completing makeup looks. I love this mascara because it lengthens the lashes and separates them perfectly, that they just look as if they're falsies. The wand itself isn't really anything crazy. I mean, there's those short little bristles on there that you can see, and I don't know what it does, but it just completely transforms the lashes and makes them look so full, so long, so falsy-like, and that's definitely what I'm trying to achieve when it comes to my mascara game. Somebody who, if I could wear false lashes every day, I probably would, but I don't have the time to fuss with them in the morning, but this has definitely become one of my favorite mascaras. I don't think it'll replace Roller Lash, but it could give it a run for its money. My next favorite for mine this month was discovered in my Birchbox, and it was the perfume sample from Kensie, and when I swatched that on the unboxing video, which I'll link down below, you can see my reaction just kind of like unfold because it smelled so much like that Oxford Blue from English Laundry, but it's literally half the price tag. Not an exact dupe, but for whatever reason, this scent kind of just complements my body odor, my natural body odor, so to speak. And it's just really a big girl perfume, and I love it, and it just makes me feel happy, I guess is the best way to explain it. I have a decent amount in this tiny little sample, but again, the full size is only $45, which is not bad at all. Eventually, I will buckle down and buy the full size of this, and maybe this will be my big girl scent. I haven't quite decided yet, but this definitely was a favorite this month. I felt myself grabbing this and just feeling reassured that I wasn't going to smell bad, which is always a plus. Also in that Birchbox that became a favorite of mine was the product that I picked for myself, which was the Vita Liberata Luxury Tan Self-Tanning Gradual Lotion with Marula Oil, and I was so delightfully surprised with this. I also mentioned in that video that I don't normally use self-tanners because I am somebody that utilizes a UV tanning bed, but as I mentioned, that lower half of my body just doesn't want to tan, but this color gives me such a great color deposit that it doesn't make me look orange, it doesn't make me look like that awful spray tan or that awful self-tanner. It washes off amazingly and it lasts a while. Like, I can put this on overnight and it'll deposit into a really nice subtle glow. If I were to use it the next day, that glow just gets a little bit deeper, and I love how this stuff lasted on the skin. The only thing I don't love is the smell of it because it claims to be odorless, but all self-tanners, and you can't convince me that there isn't a self-tanner that smells like what I imagine the people from Jersey Shore smell like. That, you know, all self-tanners are going to have that very iconic tanning smell. If I know that I have an event coming up, I will definitely use this for that kind of subtle natural glow. But yeah, I was a really big fan. I received a ton of compliments on my color when I was using this almost every other day, and yeah, I was definitely surprised, definitely a fan. If I am going to continue using self-tanners, this will probably be my go-to. One of my favorites for the month of May, which is weirdly enough a movie that I saw, and I don't think it should be any surprise because everybody was talking about this movie like 3 months ago. I finally went and I saw A Quiet Place with John Krasinski and Emily Blunt, And let's just talk about that. Might be one of the best, if not the best horror movie I've seen in a really long time, if not ever. I got so sucked into that movie to the point where like I was holding Ryan's hand and I felt myself like sitting there like this with my hands so tight against my face because I was afraid that the aliens were gonna hear me in the theater. Like the guy next to me started eating his popcorn. I just looked at him like, brother, what you think you're doing? Such a great cinematic experience. John did a phenomenal job directing it. He did an even better job starring in it. And it was just, it blew my expectations out of the water. And it was one of those things, when I saw the movie, I had to talk to everyone about it. I wouldn't shut up. You can ask Ryan, because like he was like, all right, it was a good movie. Like, can we leave it at that? And I'm like, no, I have to talk about everything. There's so many questions that I need answered. I had high hopes going into it because John Krasinski is one of my favorite actors. And I was scared because I heard so many different things, but it completely blew my expectations out of the water, and I could not have been happier. Both walked out of that theater just looking at each other. We're like, wow, that was quite the cinematic adventure. I don't think that if I were to watch it at home, I would have any of the same sort of attention span as I did in the movie. And without spoiling it, it was a roller coaster from the very beginning to the very end, and I was so stressed through the whole thing, but it was so good. And if there is a chance for you to still go see it in theaters, 100% take up the opportunity. It's just that much better. And again, I don't think you will experience the same kind of heightened fears that you will at home, even if you have a surround sound. I just don't think that that kind of movie is made to be watched at home. It's made to be in a theater with surrounded by hundreds of people who are just like on the edge of their seat like you are. So this month was also very special because my cousin, who was like my best friend growing up, she came home for a couple days to introduce us to her new fiance. And so I got to spend a lot of quality time with her fiance, and just seeing family that I don't get to see that often, which was kind of funny that preluded the month with like spending time with family and kind of humbling yourself and realizing how important it is to stay in touch. I talk about the accident as an inconvenience more than anything because that's what it was. I'm very fortunate, and the other person was very fortunate, that damage wasn't any more serious than what it could have been. You know, I don't want to throw anybody under the bus and say like, oh, well, it was her fault. I mean, granted, I was rear-ended, so it kind of looks one way as it is anywho. But it's just, it was very humbling to like really kind of put everything into perspective. Spending that time with my family at the beginning of the month was very important to kind of ground me and get back into my intuition and to get back into that fitness grind. And then with the accident, it made me realize that like, hey, you know, life could potentially end at any time. Like, I say the accident is like an eye-opening experience because like I look back from that accident and what could have happened to like what actually happened is like, you know, like nobody was killed, nobody was hurt, nobody was, you know, cars can be fixed, and you know, that's the main point. But it's like, you know, anytime something like that tragic that happens to you, it really does put things into perspective. The month of May was just something that got so completely pulled away from me because of the accident, because of sacrificing time to spend with Ryan, to spend with family, to spend with friends, and like it just seemed as if I was pulled in so many different directions. I mean, I managed well enough, I think, that it wasn't, I felt stressed. At least I don't think I do. I mean, I was stressed because of certain things, but I hate the saying, it is what it is. But there's no better way to describe what happened this month rather than it is what it is. I don't want to like say that this month was a loss, because it wasn't. It was, the month was a month. I mean, it was 31 days of highs and lows, and that's to be expected. And, you know, you're not going to have perfect months every month. And yeah, I know when I look back on like Time Hop, and last year I was in Disney World and I was busy doing this, that, and the other, and it was like those were exciting times. it's not to say that, you know, May wasn't exciting this time around, but it was just, I'm glad that it's over. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you like my videos and if you like my content and if you like me, feel free to subscribe by hitting the button down below and getting notified when I post new favorites. Also be sure to click the little bell somewhere down there to get notified when I post new videos too. May definitely wasn't a good content month for me because I made excuses left and right to not do certain videos or do certain things or do certain blog posts, and I'm trying to get better. Like I work on this blog every single day and it's not easy, but you know, you try to balance it and you try to make it the best that you can. But yeah, be sure to click that bell down below to get notified when I post new videos. And I'll also be sure to link everything over at the blog, and you guys can check that out at Life with Sarah or at sarahlock.com, 2 H's, 2 K's. And I'll also be sure to link all my social media profiles down below too, so you can follow me wherever I might be. I want to go ahead and throw this out here now because I have no idea where June is going to take me. Well, I know where it's going to take me, but like, we will be going to Germany and Amsterdam at the end of the month, and I have a feeling that a lot of my usual scheduled content will be getting switched around quite a bit. My goal is to have those travel vlogs up relatively right after the trip, but just some things might get a little switched around. Be patient. I'm not gonna not post content. If anything, July will be a wicked heavy month when it comes to content and things like that, but be sure to stay subscribed and stay notified when I post new videos. Glad that the dust has settled and I can now start getting excited for our trip to Germany, which is only 3 weeks away. I'm not having panic attacks about it. It's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go. So with that said, thank you guys again so much for watching. Take care. Love you always. And until next time, we'll see you guys later. Bye.